Hi, this is Margaret Jackson from AM 1220 KDOW Radio, Business on the Edge, and the Small Business Concierge magazine. Let's talk about the Small Business Concierge Guide Opportunity, Silicon Valley Edition. I'm Margaret Jackson, Silicon Valley Business Radio personality. As you can see, this slide is just kind of giving you an idea of who I am, what I look like, what I'm up to here in Silicon Valley. I'm in 2 radio markets, both in the 4th largest market in the nation, 14 million plus contour listeners. AM 1220 KDOW Radio actually is the #1 business and finance content provider in the nation. So we have shows that include Bloomberg. We have shows that includes Market Talk. We are robust in what our offerings are in terms of our business and finance content. AM 1100 KFAX is their sister station. That's a faith-based radio network, and so we do a show called Faith and Business on the Edge, so we can kind of bridge the gap in some diverse areas. We have the Small Business Magazine, Silicon Valley Edition. I am the publisher of that magazine, or my company, Business on the Edge, is the publisher of that company. Business on the Edge is the small business problem solver here in Silicon Valley. I am an award-winning producer of corporate media and a recognized leader here by civic and political leaders here in Silicon Valley. I am a lead advisor for the Silicon Valley Small Business Development Center and also a speaker, trainer for the Small Business Administration. So that's a little bit of who I am in a nutshell. Here's a sneak peek of some of the things that you can see and would see in our Small Business Concierge magazine. And these are snapshots, 10 tips to successfully build a Facebook business page. So that's an article that's coming. That's a sample. We have not launched that particular article yet, but we will, in how to build a sustainable business model. What's the point of the Small Business Concierge magazine? It's a drill down. It's simply put in 2 words, it's a drill down. The drill down is how big do you want to grow as a small business owner? And what you have to ask yourself to answer that particular question is, how deep do you want your roots? When you grow trees, and if you're going to grow an oak tree, that oak tree is only going to be as strong and as tall, and its longevity depended upon the depths of its roots. Shallow roots, shallow existing. Deep roots, deep, long, sustained consistency in your business. And to get there, there is a price to pay for that. And it's met with several different layers. It's not a microwave. It's not a Happy Meal. It is method, methodical thinking, strategy, placement, position, saturation, sustainability. That's what we're giving you. Small Business Science Lab. Here it is. This is a space in the magazine for small business owners, entrepreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs to learn to build a strong business foundation and infrastructure. SBA tells us that about 8%, the Small Business Administration tells us that about 8% of small businesses die each year. And 8% of businesses birth each year. Don't you think that's an interesting dynamic, that 8% start birth, 8% die? Why? It's my question, why? And partly the reason is the foundation and infrastructure are too weak to stand, too weak to grow. We want to change that for you, and we want you to have longevity. Women in Business Centerfold. Why is that important? This quarterly centerfold, this is a space, an opportunity to showcase the power of women in business, their professional careers and their leadership. And if you haven't noticed that we are seeing women rise to the occasion, rise to prominent positions. And let me just say, guys, this is not to take away from your strengths, gifts, abilities, and who you are. It just means that women have strengths, gifts, abilities that need to be accessed, recognized, appreciated, so we can bridge those differences. Don't shortchange or short-sighted on what women actually can provide in her own right, in her own station, in her own discipline. And I got news for you, fellas. It's going to hurt a little bit. She's going to do it without you. Whether you embrace her or not, she's going to do it without you because it's in her to do. Concierge Guide. So here's the nuts and bolts. Industry listings. These are banks, insurance, education, business, advertising, marketing, legal, electronics, technology, finance, data analysis, spas, chambers, associations, restaurants, NPOs, NGOs, accounting, bookkeeping. You get the gist. Anyone that's a small business owner, you're invited to become a concierge, to list. Any organization or business that's providing business products and services to small businesses, you're invited to be a concierge. And once you're a concierge, other things can happen for you. In our upcoming events, you can list your events there at no additional cost. You can be invited to become a contributor. We are interested in the voices of the small business experts, the small business providers, to contribute for that additional exposure. And we point back to your concierge primary page. If you have multiple listings, I'll talk about that in just a moment, allows you to get 4 times the exposure in the concierge guide. How about that? But the magazine launch is an incredible opportunity for you to list. And now we've done our soft launch, but we are heading into our hard launch, April 2018. List your business in the Small Business Concierge Guide for an introductory rate of $90 per listing per quarter. What does that mean? A total of $360 per year. Now that could be paid one of 2 ways. If the whole 360 is paid at once, you get the opportunity to list in 4 different categories, 4 different keywords and taglines that allows the reader and those that need your product and service to find you. So maybe you're a business and you have different product offerings. Maybe you have supply diversity. Maybe you have B2B resources. Maybe you have training, education, consulting. Whatever it is, we will help you figure out those 4 primary categories. And if we do not have the category, and it makes sense to create a category for you, we will do that to you. That is the uniqueness of this magazine. This is the uniqueness of the Concierge Guide. Concierge, simply put, means to take care of your guests. Who are your guests? Your customers. Treat them well, and they will return. The second way for you to pay is $90 per month, the first 4 months of your boarding. If you choose to list, again, all 4 quarters, you will receive the $90 introductory rate. Most concierges sign up for all 4 quarters. Our fair market value rate is $180. That rate will activate after our April 2018 hard launch, which means you're going to pay twice as much. And that's still a great rate to market, advertise, and brand yourself. Brand development research is showing is more valuable than lead generation. Why? Because you're training your customers, teaching your customers that you're consistent, you're here, there's longevity, they can find you. You want to, branding is kind of like marketing, advertising, branding is kind of like playing the stock market, especially marketing advertising. That leads to brand development. You want to pick your stocks and hold. Pick your positioning and hold. Quit running out of the game after 3 months, 6 months, a year. I've been a radio show host personality. I'm going into my 7th season in July 2018. Television and radio, and I have a background in media production. I'm an award-winning corporate producer. Media does not work like a microwave. It works over time. Consistency, longevity. Marketing, advertising, branding is, get used to the idea, it is always ongoing. It is always part of the fabric of your business. If you continue to move around on your customers and they can't find you, they will quit looking for you. And they're going to go with the guy who's been committed to their marketing, advertising, strategic plan. So find great places to place and stay and hold. Some of it is all about just making sure that your brand stays intact, in place for customers. If they can't find you anywhere else, they can find you on the Small Business Concierge Guide listing. They can find your interview on the Business on the Edge radio show in our Small Business Concierge segment of the show, or catch me mentioning your business off the cuff. That's what I do. I want you to win. This is what we're doing. So if you want to get that $90 rate, get in before our April 2018 launch, hard launch. Every concierge that stays as a concierge in the Small Business Concierge magazine will be grandfathered in to that rate forever. Doesn't matter how this rate changes over time, and I promise you it will, because that's just the name of the game. That's business, and our economic climate changes, and so we have to consider those types of outcomes. But those that become concierge will be grandfathered in at that $90 rate indefinitely. So you have to, however, stay a concierge. You can't stop and then jump back on. Then you will be subject to the new rate. Our fair market value rate is $180 per listing per quarter starting April 2018 after our hard launch. Get in before that. Right now you're listing for 50% off and paying all or $90 per month until all 4 quarters are paid. And what that means is you would pay the first 4 months consecutively until all 4 quarters are paid. And what's going to change in April 2018 is that monthly rate is going to be a little bit more expensive for the privilege to do that. And we will let you know what that is when the time comes. We're still working those details out. Be a small business concierge. Be a voice. Help other small businesses that are on their own pathway to success. Talk to me about your ability to present. Small business, their impact on Silicon Valley is real. And the concierge listing on the digital magazine, that's going to be ongoing updates. That's what's great about it. Our hard launch is going to include our ability to print on demand. And we're working on very special places to have this particular magazine for business professionals. I'd love to tell you where those outlets would be, but I don't want to jump ahead of myself. And we're very excited about the potential. But as a digital magazine, we're linking back to your web pages. Those links are hyperlinks. If you want to be an advertiser, connect with us. Ask us questions. We've got some great deals, some great rates for you to get 4-page ads, half-page ads before the April 2018 hard launch. The game changes in terms of some of these special rates. And we're mixing this magazine with the radio show, with Facebook, with YouTube, our social media, Twitter, LinkedIn. We're saturating Silicon Valley for you to have the best small business experience. And if you want to reach in and do business with Silicon Valley, get connected. And for those that are in Silicon Valley, California, if you want to reach out, this is a place to do it. We are on a global platform, issue.com, global platform for anyone around the world to do business with you. Connect with us at businessontheedge.biz. Connect with our radio program, AM 1220 KDOW Radio, Money 2.0 Business on the Edge, and become a concierge. Don't sit on the fence. I am the best cheerleader for your business. You will not regret it. Margaret Jackson, AM 1220 KDOW Radio, Small Business Concierge Magazine, and Business on the Edge. Your small business problem solver.